So here it is. If we look at our live announcement, I've reminded you all that it's here. And we have a submission by Zexian. Thank you, Zexian, for that. It's awesome. And I'll probably put in some votes myself before the poll closes, but I'm not voting yet. But if some of you want to vote for Zexians, and totally feel free to if you like the idea. And if you want to write your own as well, feel free to. We have a few little bits and bobs here for you to read if you're interested in submitting. And yeah, that is going to be staying open, the submissions for this, all of today and all of tomorrow. All of today's stream and all of tomorrow's. I will probably close submissions while I'm not streaming. By the way, I'm going to let you know now, and the reason for that is because if the bot disconnects or isn't on, the submissions will screw up because the bot has to be on at all times, and because of my disconnection problems, it's disconnecting the bot as well. So I feel better being here and actually seeing if the bot is on, because I actually left my computer on all last night with the bot running in case somebody submitted overnight, but my bot, it shut down overnight. It just went off, and it was probably because the internet disconnected. Like I say, it's rare that my internet disconnects, but I think we'll do it like that. So if you want to submit today's stream or tomorrow's stream, because it'll be closed, you can vote though. You can vote off stream, but not submit. Now, Rose, you've still got to submit your idea too. I know. I need to have a think about what my idea is going to be. I need a little bit more time to tweet. I might either put it up tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Enjoy the shower, Elite. And thank you, as you're on mute and you have your client on your phone. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. You're the best. Tox picked my nose. There's a bogey in it, so I wouldn't if I were you, Tox. Okay, right, what else have we got to do? Oh yeah, Zexian put a really interesting idea in our ideas discussion channel about the barrels. So if you want to read it, I've rambled on as well. I'm probably going to briefly discuss this a bit later, because I think we'll be doing some barrel stuff today and tomorrow. I'm very much considering doing an appreciation stream for Carol the Barrel tomorrow, because it's Thanksgiving, even though we don't celebrate that here. It feels like we should thank Carol the Barrel, and it'll be I'm going to probably starting the dialogue for some of the Carol scenes that we know we're definitely going to have. And I was even thinking of doing some barrel assets for the barrel companions that are going to be in the flashback that we'll have very, very soon in the story. So also I'm going to give you the command so you can get here quick if you want to. Has the week been good, Rose? It's been pretty standard lately. All my weeks are very much the same. Time just merges into one big blob. And hi Naffle, how are you doing today? It's good to see you, Naffle. And another thing that I want to do today, let's get Photoshop up, is get Elite's character sheets put up on the Twitter and in the Discord, because I'm slowly going to do these character sheets one at a time. We've got a bit of a backlog of them. We've recently had a new submission for a character as well, Masked Emerald's character, and she's going to be a playable character, so we will have a new class, and it's a really cool one as well that she's picked. And there's a little twist as well involving a current character in the story, one who is currently a major NPC who may become an optional playable character halfway through the game. And I'm totally fine with doing that. If, say, an antagonist, for example, becomes... I'm not going to say who it is yet, but I will be saying soon. But all we need to do is get Elite's face and sprites in here, and then we can put it on Twitter. It's all filled in, all the info. There's a lot of it's pretty interesting. So he's a good character. He's looking to be the big bad at the moment. Who knows if that'll be the real big bad? Things might change. We might even get a more fearsome antagonist. Who knows? We might, I'm not limiting our antagonists, because we're going to have lots of different factions with different bad guys anyway in this game. So there's going to be lots of different types of villains. It's the plum fruit, isn't it? And I wanted to also, I want to do, because at the moment we've got these sprites for our fruits, but they're very static, they don't animate, so I'm thinking of like updating them into some really cute bouncy ones as well. And although we're not going to work on that cutscene yet, all the battle mechanics for the fruits, because we want to wait until the submissions have closed and we've got the winner decided for the story before we do anything like that. So I think next week's streams we'll start thinking about skills that they can do in battle. We can be really creative, I think. Some really cool painting inspired skills. It's me. Yeah, okay, let's get Elite's character up on the Twitter. So I'm excited. I feel like this is something we should do now for sure. Because I was doing this last night. Elite. Do you like the colour scheme? I think it suits you because you've got the black, grey black and the red in your characters colour. There we go, it fits perfectly, doesn't it? Now we put his little sprites here. It fits him very well, yay! You're the villain we deserve and the protagonist we need. I'm very interested to know where Elite and the king live, like what the city is as well, because there's still a lot that's very much undecided. I'm excited to do a world map stream as well, and I think at the start we're not going to do the whole world map in one go. We'll probably slowly build on it, I'd say, and we might have some ideas where some of the cities and places mentioned might be as well, so there's no problem having a talk about where they could be on the world map. But we'd definitely start with Everbloom and think about surrounding regions, and I think a good time to do that will be when we finish the Everbloom forest zone of the game and we're ready to move on to the next zone, because then we'll have to really consider what that zone's going to be, and I'll probably do a poll or something, probably give a few choices of what zones we could go for, and we'll make the story work for whatever one we go for as well. Hi Hunting Swan and Game Dev Corn, how are you guys doing? First time I catch a stream, very cool idea to make a gaming community. Thank you very much. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you're doing good as well. Hunting, what a lovely jumper. Yeah, it's very cozy. It's one of my very old jumpers that I lounge about in, but it's a comfy winter one. I've had this one for years and years and years. But guys, as well, if you're new here, first time in the stream and you want to read more about the project, you totally can. We are also, for the rest of this week, letting people of the community submit their own ideas for how they want to continue the story. So if you're curious and want to have a look, Discord is the place to go to see all that. So you're streaming about we're sleeping. Yeah, how did it go? How's your game going, Hunting? Okay, so we take these middle ones. And we just put them all in a row here, and I'm going to get one up as a template because I'm a fuss pot and I like them all to be in the same position. Okay, so we're using my character as a template, and we'll just put elites above it. You see, you've got the same hair as my character. I've got the same hair as a bad person. Oh no. What does this mean for me? All it means is that we go to the same barber. I do think the moustache like really adds to the evilness of your character, for sure. I'm curious what he'd look like without it, if he had a shave. Would he cry if his moustache was shaved off? Yeah, what kind of game are you working on? Yeah. And hi, Taylor Fox, how are you doing? It's good to see you again. There's nothing wrong with an old comfy lounging about jumper, not at all. They're the best types of clothes. I finally have time and resources to work on my own game as well, and I'm really excited because some really talented people. That's awesome, Game Dev Corner. We have, if you are in the Discord, everyone who's here that are working on projects, we have a creative work channel. I always talk about it because I just want to make sure everybody knows that there's a place for you to post your work and share it with our community. Yeah, Elite just mentioned it as well. Probably said it before I did. Good job, Elite. A big epic JRPG. Sounds awesome. Yeah, Raindrop Chronicles is a good old epic kitchen sink style JRPG with inspired Western elements as well. We kind of got the whole quest, journal, morality system that's more inspired by the Western types of JRPGs, but stylistically it's very much a JRPG with its turn-based battle system and stuff. Okay, so he's all in the right position, so we can delete the rows. There we go. Perfect. And I don't think there's any typos. Everything is all good. How snazzy does that look, guys? This is, if you're new here, you might have not seen these before, but this is an example of one of our character sheets. Anybody that's a community member that has earned 500 raindrops in the stream gets the option to be a character, and I make this of their character when they filled in a form. And we have how many so far? We've got quite a few, and that we kind of getting more and more. We're getting new ones every couple of weeks, aren't we? And you get to walk across the screen as well if you're in stream at the time. That's who these guys are at the side, at the bottom, should I say. Rose has no memory of her past life yet. Let's have a look at Rose's character sheet and remind ourselves. Sometimes I have to look at the character sheet and remind myself. But she used to be a farmer until one night she woke up and discovered she was turned into a vampire through sorcery. And she ruminated why it happened to her. So she doesn't really know how it's happened. All she knows is that she was a farm girl, and suddenly she's now a vampire. So who knows whether she'll go back to her old home. Maybe she lives on a farm. Maybe at some point in the game we can go to a sort of rurally farm area, and the player can learn at that point who Rose was before, because we'll have to introduce this past into the story at some point, because only this is revealed on the character sheets, not in the actual game at the moment. We know very little about Rose at this stage because she's just joined the party. But yeah, she has been like, she was absorbing animal blood and it made her all feral. So she can't even speak. She can't even speak like a human. Maybe she probably used to. It's very likely she was just a normal person before this, but there's a question over whether she'll ever return to that state, but nobody knows at this point in the story because it's all improvised and we don't have a clue what lies ahead, and that's what makes it so exciting. She has the same hair as the who's the I can't say it. Believes the forest monster Rose has to be sacrificed to. There can only be one with that hair. Oh my god, who knows? Maybe Elite's characters behind the slime, not the slimes, the fruits, and why they're alive. Imagine that. Imagine if somehow Elite had got his hands on some moss that that was magical, that could make creatures sentient in the Everbloom Forest. Moustaches are evil, crying face. You're never evil though, Rex. You're the nice one with the moustache. But moustaches generally have like bad associations. When you think of villains of history and stuff, they usually have a moustache, don't they? Oh, Call Me Too. Mine is going to be a mix of Chrono Trigger, FF Zelda, and A Link to the Past, or rather, the puzzle mechanics of Zelda. That sounds really cool, Game Dev Corner. Chrono Trigger is one of my faves, and FF, everybody knows I love Final Fantasy. Though I'm ashamed to admit I never really grew up on Zelda, so that's the one franchise I don't know as much about. He would be very sad if he lost his stash. Yeah, maybe that'll be how we kill him in the end. We shave his stash and he has like a massive... He cries and then dies. Who knows? That could just be the trick. Gonna head off as well. Hope you have a pleasant warm evening rest and the remainder of the week. Talk to you again. Thank you, Rod, for coming and hanging out. I hope you have an awesome week yourself, Rod. I appreciate you. Only if they're a handle, but it is a handle. Let me post some character and sprite. Oh, yeah, totally. Pop them all in. I'd love to see. Sometimes you want to go where everybody makes a game. I want everybody to make a game. The creative is amazing in this project. I love it. Thank you, Hunting. I appreciate that. It's loads of fun, isn't it? I'm gonna remind everyone again, we have got I really want people to get involved. So far it's only Zexy who's done a submission, and if at the end of the week that's still the only one we've got, Zexy will win automatically. But we might get more, who knows. I might submit something myself tonight, but I'm still unsure at the moment. We'll say. You know what lies ahead? You in the floor sleeping? Tox is a strange boy. Maybe Rosie's related to the baddie somehow, like his daughter or something, or he was the one who turned her into a vamp. Who knows? Who knows what happens? There's a lot of mystery there. All we know is that she was turned into a vampire through sorcery, and we don't know who's responsible at this moment in time. So there's going to be a lot of twists and turns, I'm sure. Things to find out. PC, Xbox and PC. By the way, anyone played a game called Lost Ember? I bought it yesterday and played it through one large sister, and oh my god, the storyline made me cry. Damn game needs. I know I've not played that one, Tale of Fox. I mean, when you first said that, I thought it was Lost Odyssey. I read The Lost and I was like, Lost Odyssey, because that's my favourite game. But I've never played Lost Ember. No, I'll have to look into that one. But if it's on PC, at least it's playable. Lost Odyssey's not even on PC. It's so sad. Don't know much about Zelda either, but always love the puzzle mechanics. Puzzles are something I suck at. So if we ever make puzzles in Raindrop Chronicles, we're going to need some puzzle pros to come up with some good ideas. Hi Fikrin, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hello Rose, I miss you. It's been a while since I've stopped by. Well, it's fabulous to see you. I hope you've been doing okay. And that your day is going well. Come on guys, everyone here is so creative. You should submit an idea. It's lots of fun. Some people might be shy, I think, which is totally normal to feel a little bit like daunted by the does that make sense? I don't know if that's the right word to use, but it could be daunting. That's what I mean, to write a submission, but it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. And welcome, I'll call you Fox, because I love Fox. Fox is a cute name, so that's what I'm going to call you. Fox and Tester, thank you for joining the Discord. It's good to have you guys. I'm going to welcome you. So I will get Elite's character sheet popped up on Twitter very shortly, because I always post the new characters sheets I do on Twitter. I kind of do want to get more content out on the Twitter over time. Especially as the game development gets a little bit, we get a bit more to show. I'll be posting more on there, so feel free to follow us if you have a Twitter. Welcome guys. Lewd Melon, how are you doing, Lewd Melon? It's good to see you. I'm gonna keep this up, everybody, just so everybody knows and can see the submission and the rules are here. So if you don't know, we do these guys are our first boss of the whole game. Pretty crazy, right? Painting fruits, pretty wild, bit out there. I like it though. Fancy game progress. I'm glad to see some cool additions, Rose. Thank you, Fikra. I can't remember where we were the last time you popped in now, what we were working on. Yesterday was a pretty good day. One voice actress auditioned for one of the characters, and one of the lines she read is a pretty emotional one. She did the line 3 times, and after listening to the first 2 takes, I wasn't fully convinced, but then the 3rd take just broke my heart, and I know it's her. Oh, that sounds so exciting, Game Dev Corner. It must be really exciting to like do that voice, have the voice actors and decide. It's just such a fun thing to do, to add those additions to the game. I mean, I've been listening to music tracks and thinking like what parts will work really well for certain scenes and areas, and it's really fun. Like, just I'm putting music into folders based on the mood and the theme, and because we already have the composer decided. He's got like a very big library, and it's he's let people have his music for free, and it's also very, very good, like seriously good. So I'm totally excited. Now you can hear my voice again. Hi Azriel, I'm glad that you're back. I've been grappling with a lot of things of like messy stuff, as you can imagine, but I'm live still. That's something as always. Yeah, and our streams are always a fun place to escape. I think so. Can escape from the realities of life in here. I hope things improve soon. Super Fruit friends. Do you still need some story commission? You mean submissions, Lewd Melon? We do indeed. If that was your question, it's open for the rest of the week, so you're totally welcome to submit an idea, and if you want to, no pressure at all. But even if you don't want to submit, voting is cool as well. Voting helps a lot, even though we've only got Zexes so far. I'm not sure how I'm going to sleep now, knowing I'm going to make a whole lot of people cry. Well, that's good. I think if people can get emotion in your game, that's very awesome. It means you've done a good job. Busy times, busy, but hopefully I can find some fancy solution. I appreciate the support. Do you have a link to that library? What library? What have you been working on in recent times, Rose? Literally just this. It's stole my life, but in a very good way. Because I'm very excited about where this project's gonna go. I love to write from prompts. Oh, do you, Lewd Melon? That's awesome then. This sounds like it'd be perfect for you then. I mean, I hope I've made everything clear in all the instructions, but if there's anything at all I need to expand on, if anybody's a little bit unsure about anything, then totally feel free to ask a question. But I've put up the previous chapters. I mean, we're still very early on in the game, the main story, so there's not much at all you need to catch up on. We're on part 3 of the first chapter, so there's only literally 2 other parts to read, and we just write a very summarized version of what's happened basically, and we post them all on the Instagram, and that's where we'll be consistently posting the story. When we have the winner of this one, that will also go on the Instagram, and your name will be put up on there too. You'll be credited. I won the last one that we did, so that's why it says Rose Rainblood. But the first one was won by Chucker. So he got his credit on that one. So I wonder who's going to get it this time. I'm pressuring you with hugs and emotional support. You got this, fam. The music library. Oh, I wondered what you meant by library, but that makes sense now. Yeah, I'll get the name. I'll get the name of the... let me find, because I know his name's Aaron, but I don't know how. I've got to have a look to pronounce his surname. But I can give you a link to his his post on the RPG Maker forum actually, because I've got that somewhere. So one sec, everybody. Here we go. So yeah, it was a while back. I was searching for good free music, and this was the guy that caught my attention. So if anybody's curious, here's the link. What are those? Short chapters. Yeah, it's kind of how we're going to be organising the story, because if you can imagine when we're like on chapter 6 or something like way later through the game, and we have new people come in the stream and they want to know what's happened in the story so far, and say yeah they know nothing about the game, then it could be a bit overwhelming to have to tell someone the whole story, and it'd be hard for them to contribute if they don't know what's happened. So these little summarised visuals, I think are a good way for people to quickly find out how the story has gone. So we'll consistently be posting the chapters like in this format with screenshots as well of each area we go to. And again, we've only got these little Everbloom Forest screenshots so far, because that's all we've really got so far. We've all Everbloom Forest area, and we're going to be in Everbloom Forest for a while because I really want to flesh it out. We've put a lot of effort into the mapping, so we're not going to just walk through and that will be it. We'll really we'll really make the local NPCs fleshed out characters that give some really cool side quests and stuff. Hey boys, how is everyone today? Hi Kermit, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're good. But I assume looking at the current chapters, etc., you just want it in a summarised version, not really fully fledged polished version, if that makes sense. Yes, Lude Melon. So one of the rules, if you look through the rules, we have your submission can be as short as one sentence or as long as a couple of paragraphs. Some people, might have just a sentence to submit, and that's totally fine. You don't have to go all out. You can just literally write something really short, like for example the gang of fruits holding the pen and wasn't what they expected ... Rose runs away. Like honestly, if someone just wants to put that as what happens, you can, because it's kind of finding out the main thing of what happens to Rose, because in the previous chapter she was ordered to be sacrificed, so there's a lot of question marks about if that's going to actually happen. But you can also do what Zexian's done and write something a bit more detailed, but we don't allow like a full novel as a submission. Well, Discord won't allow that anyway because there's a max limit of 2k characters, but it's really a summarised version of what's going to happen. And during the dialogue creation streams and cutscene making streams, that's when we really expand on the scenes. We kind of take the summarised version and build on it. So if Zexion wins, we will take this and do it, make a scene out of it. And although there is like a bit of dialogue that's been added, that won't be the only dialogue. It'll be expanded into a much longer and fleshed out scene. Like this one, for example, here, there's only a very few like little bits of dialogue shown, but the actual real scene was quite lengthy. It wasn't like a massive scene, but there was a lot of dialogue exchanges and things that happened if you was around during those cutscene streams. There was a lot of fun. Let's catch up with chat, because I'm a rambler. And then I realised I've got a bazillion lines of chat to read, which is always a lot of fun, because I like seeing what you guys have to say. Couple of sentences if possible, yeah, or paragraphs. Like I don't want to like be too harsh and be like, you know, you can't write a lot, because if you want to write, you know, a couple of lengthy paragraphs, that's totally okay. And thank you, Green, for that follow. Welcome to the stream. It's really good to have you here. I assume there are measures to make sure the ones writing them are on the same page, yeah? What do you mean by that, Fikran? Sorry if I'm a bit confused by something. Sometimes I need things clarified for me. Sometimes my brain turns to mush when I'm thinking about a bazillion different things. Sorry, didn't see you come in. Oh, Elite wants to make sure everyone feels welcome. That's sweet. Yeah, how many hours was that Ember game? Have to go AFK for about an hour. Really looking forward to where this game goes, though. I like community projects like this. Yay! Well, you can totally become a part of it, Game Dev. We'd love to have you here. And yeah, sorry if I've missed any chat. I'm going to try and make sure I read everything. But sometimes slobs, because I use slobs to see my chat, sometimes it refuses to scroll back. It's very silly. So if I accidentally do miss any chat, feel free to copy and paste what you said if you asked an important question or anything. Lost Ember, wasn't it? Somebody mentioned a game called Lost Ember and said it was really good, and me and Elite are curious about it, aren't we? Have you considered waiting until all your submissions have been added before letting people vote? The way it is now, the first submission will almost always win. This might also discourage people from submitting their own idea. That's a good point, Rex. Do you agree with that and think we should potentially change that now? I think in a way I liked that the first one could get the most votes, because then people feel like they've got to get it in so that theirs gets more chance of getting votes. But I do see a point, because maybe that this isn't, there's a reason why we're not getting submissions right now, and I'm thinking it's because people are shy. That's my theory, because we've got a lot of people here hanging out with us, but maybe it's just being shy, or maybe not having an idea, and that's fine too. Sometimes people aren't going to always have an idea. I understand that feel too. I mean, I haven't even submitted myself, though. That's because I'm still thinking of an idea. So, yeah. It just seems like it'll be a little unfair to people that get their submission in last minute. Yeah, that's true. I guess we're going to think how we'll do that then, because Carol the Barrel bot is the one that gives the heart reactions, and she automatically does that when someone submits. That's how the bot works. If I turn the bot off, there'll be submissions without the heart reaction there, which is what we want if we go for what you say, Rex. We don't want the heart reaction there. But I don't know how I would get the heart to be added after, because once the submission is there, I'd have to manually add a heart myself, and that means I wouldn't get a vote, because I can't make the bot do it, I don't think. I hope I'm making sense. But that's probably the only reason why I hadn't done it like that anyway. I wanted to try it, but not spend a ton of hours on it. Oh, it's only 6 hours. Green Chocolate, how you doing? I like your name. Chocolate's good, so I'm a fan. Welcome to the stream. though there's a lot more hidden things around to find, so could spend a lot longer, but it's just beautiful. That sounds so good. It's called Lost something, and it reminds me of Lost Odyssey because it's got a very similar name, so I like it. But if it's just a short summary of what happens, then it's a little difficult to go off from the main storyline. But I wondered if there was a possibility that different people might summarise different scenarios differently, and that different might be noticeable. Yeah, it's definitely a hard one because there's always the risk of people going wild and really off track, and I think that's why I definitely have tried my best to keep it organised and make sure people are updated with the story. But if anybody has any suggestions, of course, how to prevent that from happening, which it hasn't so far, everybody that has done a submission knows what the story is. For example, Zex's fits would work, but there's always that chance, you know, that we could get a totally wild submission. It doesn't make any sense. But that's why we have a voting thing, you know. Usually I think people will vote for what they genuinely think would work really well with the story. And if anything doesn't really work for what the story is, it probably wouldn't get the votes, maybe. While I'm not opposed to keeping voting closed until all submissions are in, I think simply keeping voting open for around 24 hours after submissions are closed, because people in the community generally shouldn't need more than a day to notice the notification saying there's a new idea. Yeah, and I suppose if people are upset if they've missed the chance, then they'll just have to make sure they've got the notifications on then, I guess. So I do see a point. I used to submit my own things, but since I'm at work, I usually had to wait until after work. But I knew I could never beat the ones that submitted first, so I stopped submitting. Oh, that's fair enough. This time, though, it doesn't seem like that's the thing, because we don't know. I mean, Zex's hasn't got a bazillion votes right now. It's only got the bot votes. So, but I do see a point. Because sometimes that might be the case. Oh, you were speed running? Yeah, I'm always slow with games. What would take you 6 hours, Fox, would probably take me like 30 hours. My wife thinks you're the bottom brother RPG maker, really. My goodness me. I feel like there are definite pros out there. Just look at YouTube. Some people really know what they're doing. I'm a big old noob. All too much sense. Hello, I lost Ember. No, that's not speedrunning. That was casual play, was it? My goodness. Well, I'm slow, so I would probably, I don't know. I like taking time and exploring. She meant with my personality and stuff. I'll say thank you. That's a very big compliment. I can't stick around for long, unfortunately. It's getting really late for me. I need to head to bed soon, so have a great stream, Fox. A good one, Rose. I hope I can stop by more often in the future. Yeah, sure, Fikran. And thank you for stopping by and saying hello. It's good to see you again. But I do think, yeah, people have been mentioning that this thing is flawed. And, yeah, I'm willing to change how it's done if it's not working out. And this is a very experimental project. I mean, I've got nobody to look at for inspiration because I'm the only one that does this, so it can be a big challenge sometimes. So yeah, I'm definitely willing to listen to what you guys have to say. If you think there's a good way to do it to encourage more submissions, or a better way to organise it so people get more inspired, then let me know. It's too beautiful to speedrun through it. Yeah, I agree. I think games need to, I mean, I think speedrunning is really good, and you've got to be, it's quite, I enjoy watching some speedruns of some of my favourite games. It's quite fascinating. I know I could never be one because I'm too much of a slow coach. We're all here to help you, Rose, and to help you style on haters. Well, it's a fabulous solution to the submissions pile and voting. It's a grand idea. I just think splitting the time allotted into a submission time and then open it up for voting. So you just think it's the way we deal with the voting that probably needs altering, Rex, but the actual way we've laid it out and organised it works. I hope it does, because I do get worried that people might not know what the hell's going on in the story. But this is why I'm trying to really make sure we do summaries of each chapter. And I know it doesn't tell everything, and there's a lot of important details, like Fiona Buckington, for example, getting pushed into the lake. I mean, we haven't even got her name as Fiona Buckington on here, because at the time we hadn't thought of her name. So it's all very much some very brief summaries of what the actual scenes are going to be. And I feel like you have to be a regular in the community and very, very active in following the story to actually know and getting an idea of what to submit. So it does feel that that's the case. Like somebody like Zexion and Elite and you, Rex, would probably be more likely to have ideas than somebody that only comes in once in a while. Maybe hi Pink Zeppelin, how you doing? It's good to see you. I hope you're well. So if it's a week-long thing, then maybe 5 days to submit and 2 days to vote. I feel like, I mean, was it Zexy that said it? Somebody said that we should only have it open for 24 hours or something. And I do agree that we shouldn't keep it open forever, because it holds us back with moving on with the project if we keep it on too long, open too long. But at the same time, I do want people to have enough time to think of an idea, because I know that with things like this, with ideas for stories, sometimes it can take more than a day to come up with a good idea. I know that I'm still thinking anyway with how I can continue it. So what do you reckon? Make a category people can't see. When you don't want people to see, commission channel. When you want it to be seen, move it back to original capture, which can be seen. Just remember to press sync with category every time. I think I want people to see, I want everyone to see. This is the thing, I want everybody to know about it, so that they can submit. You'd really not have to change anything you have now, just prevent people from voting until all the submissions are up. Okay, so I'm just thinking how to actually pull that off, Rex, because I can't think how to make that work. Because if I turn off Carol the Barrel Bot now and remove, I mean, I don't even know how to remove this heart. I think I can actually. If I remove it, I can cross it off actually, so that's fine. It's easy enough to remove. And if I cross the bot off, the heart and voting option won't be available, which will get rid of it, and that'll work fine. But the problem is getting the heart to reappear when we open the voting, because I can add it automatically myself. I could do it, but I don't like that I wouldn't get a vote. You know what I mean? If I do it manually, then I wouldn't get to vote on my favourite. Hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not being confusing. We had the advantage of experience. A lot of my first ideas for Raindrop Chronicles were good, but misinformed because I didn't know enough about the world game yet. You have to kind of mesh your idea with the existing world, not just whitewash over it. Yeah, and it's a definite challenge to like successfully inform newer community members what the game is, for sure. That is probably one of the hardest things with a project of this nature, and I'm still like experimenting with how best to do that. So isn't there an option that lets people react? So in the channel settings, can't you say no letting people react? I'll have a look. I know there's an option to not add reactions, I think, but I don't know if there is about not letting them react. Add reactions. See, there's an add reactions one. Members with this permission can add new reactions to a message. Members can still react using reactions already added to message. Yeah, this is why it's a bit of an awkward one, because which I've got it off. I've got that off, so nobody can add reactions, but they can vote. So it's actually unfortunate that they're not separate things. They can add reactions and they're not. Boo boo. Boo hoo. I mean, I could just be like, fine, I won't vote then, but it kind of just is a bit sad, because what if I really liked a submission and wanted to put a vote in? If I'm Carol, because this is why I made Carol the barrel bot in the first place, so she could be the one that adds the heart reaction, and I would get the vote then, because the only other option is for me to do it myself, because I don't think I can control Carol the barrel myself. If I could, I'd make her do it, but I don't know if I can do that. Like, she's coded to automatically do the heart reaction. So why not make the submissions page private until the voting is open? That could work. So was that what was, I think, was that what Lewd Melon was talking about then? I get it now. I get what you meant, Lewd Melon. I was confused at first because I didn't understand about hiding a channel, but now I get it, because that seems to be like a way to solve it. Yeah, okay. That means nobody will get to see anyone's submissions then. Does that idea appeal to you all, that the submissions will be invisible for a certain amount of time until the voting is open? Save your vote as a tie break. That's not fair to you still. Basically, this would be solved with you having a second Discord account. That's true. Maybe I should just make Carol the barrel on another Discord account and actually have her as a real person and not a bot. Because that's a solution too now. So we've either got what Lewd Melon and Rex mentioned about hiding the channel, or we've got what Fox mentioned about me making a second Discord account and using that one to add the reactions manually myself. Because that way you guys will still get to see the submissions. And that might be something you want to see. You might not want to be prevented from seeing them. I guess it's a preference thing. What appeals to you more? Because I want to make sure you guys are most excited more than anything. I want to make sure what we're doing here is exciting. I want to get people hyped. Yeah, people have bias towards what they read first anyway. So you think it's good to have it invisible then, Rex, because people will get biased? Like them being visible, then you won't leave something out because you don't want to feel samey. That's good, because people aren't getting influenced or getting ideas from others. I do see that point for sure. Yeah, or to disable reactions, yeah. So I don't think we can disable the I know that we can disable add reactions, which we already have, but unfortunately it does let you still vote on the reactions that are already there. But if we do what you suggested, Lewd Melon, then if we hide the channel, I think that could solve all our problems. It seems like everybody here, well, Elite and Rex anyway, seem to think that the invisible submissions are a good approach. Or what Zexy mentioned about making a poll to use as the voting. A poll? How? Expand on that one. We did used to do it on polls, you know, guys. We used to, for chapter 1 part 1, we used a poll website for votes, but it was flawed because people could cheat. They could go incognito on another browser and get enough fake votes. So we were testing that for days to see if you could abuse the system. And so we figured out Discord was a really good way to do it for a community. rather than websites. Hiding everything until it's voting time will give people the most fair shot to give their submission chosen. Okay. Agree with Elite on the samey thing. Yeah. I vote for whatever Chub Cheeks. Chub Cheeks is an overhead tax. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. Elite. Well said. It would also prevent some people accusing others of copying the ideas, so it cut out possible unnecessary arguments. Yeah. Sorry I'm not too active to confirm stuff, but I'm cooking food and listening. No problem, Lou Melon, at all. No problem, no worries. Yeah, the Discord thing is such a clever solution. I think you're ultra clever coming up with this, Rose. Thank you, Rex. I mean, we did like in the very early streams, like the first 10 streams of Raindrop Chronicles, a lot of the time was spent thinking of the best place to do the voting, and I was really attached to using poll websites. We went through a few, didn't we? And there was some really, really pretty poll websites with nice UI, but you couldn't, there was no way to overcome people going incognito and getting in an extra vote, or there's always a way around it, isn't it, on websites to abuse the system. Whereas Discord, there isn't really. It's one vote per user, and I get to see exactly who those users are with the reaction, so I know who's voted. So there's very small chance of cheating happening. But so it's, the Discord works. It works, but yeah, we do need to make it potentially a better system for sure. So I'm probably going to go with what you've said, guys, today, so we can get that working. And Chub, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, Chub. Prepares the sacrifice. You can find a single message each submission, then aside to a reaction, and all reactions go on the same message. That way voting only opens when that message comes up. Let me read that again so I can take it in properly. Pardon me. I think I understand what you mean, Fox. I'm just wondering how that would be possible to pull off where everything is all in one submission. I don't know if that's workable, but if I'm imagining the idea right, because I think how this works is actually something called Dinobot. Don't know if you've ever heard of Dinobot, but it allows these submissions, and I think it only lets you do it per person and makes them all separate. I don't know if there's a way around that, you see, but people seem attached to the invisible idea anyway, and it could work. So to vote for Zexing, you add X react and then put Y reaction, and vote for Cat, put X reaction. Yeah, I know that we did that with our boss. If you were here for our little fruit poll, let me get that up so you can see, because you might have not been here, Fox, for that. Here it is. So I did that with this because that was the best way to organise, but it was very easy to set that up because it was a poll that wasn't a community submission poll. It was just literally a simple which one of these do you want with an image. But this is a bit more complicated because it involves people submitting things whenever, and so I don't know how to get that to work, even though it's a really cool way. If it could work, that would be awesome, if I'm imagining that what you suggest properly, that is. But yeah, the Dino, but I'm not sure it would work. Yeah, it was tough finding the solutions, but this is such an incredible way to do it. Most people that want to get involved would join the Discord anyway, so you're not asking for much, and we've been tweaking it here and there. Become a very reliable way to get these decisions taken care of. Elite has convinced me that keeping them invisible is an excellent idea. I don't agree with some of the more subjective points that have been made, but the samey thing and risk of people getting upset about similar ideas is more than good enough reason to do invisible. What do you mean about the subjective points, Zaxi? I just want to make sure I'm taking everything into account. Hey, the invisible thing was Rose's idea. I'm just saying that. Oh, it's a good. It was actually Rex's idea, I think. I don't think I even knew what was going on when Lewd Melon. I think, or it was either Lewd Melon or Rex, but Lewd Melon mentioned the hiding thing. When Lewd Melon mentioned it, I didn't even understand at first, but then I got it and I agreed for sure that it was cool. If you kept it invisible, you could reveal stream where you read all the submissions to people, and then after you've read them, all open the voting and you can make an event out of it. That sounds like a good idea. It also encourages people to be there, and it creates excitement and hype. So I agree with that for sure. Oh, I like the idea. Everyone's like, no, they suggested it, no, them. You've all said something really like great today, guys. You've all added your bit for sure. So no worries. I appreciate you all. Like the ideal of a reveal stream. Okay, well, should we go with this? I like this, so I think we should go with this. I think everybody seems in agreement with this being the best approach. So all we need to do is literally make this channel invisible. I think it's as simple as that, isn't it? And there's not really much else to it. So the only thing we need we do need to change some things though, because this part here needs to go somewhere else, because obviously we don't want to make that bit invisible because we don't want to be able to see what the story is, but the actual submissions themselves will be invisible. Okay, so we're gonna have to make another channel then, aren't we? Or we just move that one to this channel. Yeah, I feel like what's here, this particular message, all we need to do is transfer it to here. That's probably the simple solution, isn't it? And then all that's here is the submissions, and I'll just make it visible for me only. And I think that's straightforward enough. Let's do a test to make it, because I actually can't remember how to do this invisibility thing. I think Lewd Melon did mention it, but it's gone so high up in chat now that I would never find it. I appreciate a community that gives credit where credit is due. Yeah, for sure. So there's a different channel where people submit, right? Yeah. This is where the submissions are, and this is where people submit. So everything goes here. This is the visible channel with all the rules, the story to read. But this will be what's invisible and only open for voting when the time's right. So many tags, I'm overwhelmed in tears. LOL. The revealed stream is a good way of getting everyone on the same page too, so we all can know and expect when voting will open and stories are revealed. We can get ourselves ready to hear them. Yeah, cool. So we could totally do this for sure. And I guess once we've done this, we'll just have to decide how much time the submissions will be closed for, how much time you guys will actually get to submit until they're opened. So we'll talk about that together once we've organised it properly. So let me just catch up with chat first. You could use your favorite submission area, and that way people can read while typing. Yeah, Zexy. I definitely think that's the easiest thing to do. So first of all, let's make this invisible for all of you. Let's make sure this is working, and you guys can test it out for me and tell me if it's hidden. And then if it is, then we know it's worked. And then once we've done that, I'll simply just copy and paste that over to the other channel, and then we're done. Wouldn't you want to copy that message to that channel where people have to submit so they can read it as they write their submission? Yeah, so Rex and Zexy said the same thing. Good thinking, you guys. Because originally I was going to just make a brand new channel, but we don't want too many channels, and really if everything's all here, that's the best way to do it, isn't it? Keep everything simple. Okay, so figuring it out how to make it invisible is the question now then, because I'm a noob. Because we got everyone here. Is this where we change it? So I can say, we just want me to see, but we don't want everyone seen. We want that gone. I did used to know how to do this. I've really drew a blank. Because I swear that the permissions could let you get rid of everyone easier than this, but it doesn't seem like it's. Zexy beat you to it. It's the most efficient way to do it. Yay! I'm glad that we're getting a really good idea for this, everybody. Maybe we'll get some more submissions now as well. Because I think people might be shy. Maybe I'm wrong there, but maybe this will make the shyness go away as well, knowing that your submission's invisible. Maybe. Would that work? Guys, and hi Van, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. You need it as not seen post if set to not see channel. No one's going to be able to submit. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm such a noob at this. So read messages, it's just as simple as that, is it? Okay, so has that worked? Because I'll need to see it. I want to see it, but it's just you guys that can't. I'm honestly baffled, but I think you can't see it now. You'll have to tell me, guys. You'll have to let me know if the channel's now invisible for you, because according to this, only me and the bots can see it. But let me know, and then it will know successful or not. If I feel up for reading the story, we can look at it. Feel up for reading this story, yeah, Loon Melon? Sorry if I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm really off course when I reply to some chat comments and I'm talking about something else entirely. Still on vacation, so it's a great day. Awesome. I hope we're enjoying it. I can no longer see the channel at all, so that would mean can't post in it to submit. Well, you don't need to post in here to submit. The submissions go here on the submissions here channel. So that works fine. All submissions go here. All you need to do is copy and paste that with your submission. So I hope those rules are clear enough, guys. If they're not and you've got an idea for me to make them a lot clearer, then please let me know. And it is unfortunate that Discord don't let you resize text, because I would make this a bit larger to make it stand out. So that it's clear that this that's the submission. Silly Discord, bring out text resizing. It'd be great. It's perfect apart from that. If I feel like reading the story, I may make a submission. I'm just super slow reader. I haven't abandoned Brook project. I might continue sending creative works. Yeah, and I think maybe that's one of the other reasons people might not want to submit then. Maybe people think they don't want to read everything, which is fine. I mean, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea to get involved in the story. This is a kind of, either it's an interest or it's not, even if you've got an interest in doing it, it's kind of a big task, isn't it, to catch up on a story that, especially if you're new here and you've not known what's happened previously. And I really, honestly, I would love to think of a really good way to do it and make people know straight away what the story is. But it is a bit of a challenge. And I guess for me, I just thought summarised descriptions of what happened in each chapter is probably the easiest way to do it. I can't think of anything else. But yeah, it's a tough one. It really is. Want me to start with the test submission? Yeah, you totally can. I was thinking of doing a test submission as well. So let's see if it works. I'll just type that in. Has it not worked? Okay, there's a flaw already. It didn't work. And you know why it probably hasn't worked? It's probably because it's invisible for everyone. So there is a flaw in this. No. I don't know how else to do it though. I was really attached to this idea as well. I just assumed it would work. They disappear on purpose, by the way, because so that spam isn't in this channel, and otherwise you'd see each other's submissions as well if they stayed here. So they are actually meant to disappear as soon as you write in the box. I don't know why that mine have crashed. But yeah, they are meant. But for some reason they're not going in the channel. They would before. Look, if I make this, if I change this permission now to read messages, it'll be a different story. It'll say, it'll work now. Yeah, it's worked now. So for some reason, doing that to the channel, making it invisible, prevents any submissions at all even being submitted, unfortunately. So it is this read messages being switched off for some. I just don't know why it's like that. I feel it should still work. But it doesn't. The story submissions are daunting. Problem we meet, summarised, super flat, no offence if this is your answer, but it's such a bore to me. Well, thank you, Lumel, for your honesty. Shoot, my bad. It's not you don't have to read the story. I mean, it's the fruits. It's a new encounter, isn't it? It's not been, the fruits haven't, it's their first time they've been here, and they haven't been in the store before, so it's not exactly necessary to know what happened in the previous chapters. But you know, guys, I'm feeling really disheartened about this whole story submission thing. It's not working out simply because it doesn't help that this isn't working either. So I don't know, maybe we just need to just do something else altogether as with this story thing, and or even scrap it. I know that's a bit extreme to say, but I don't even know now. Have you considered making a YouTube and read up the current story? I have a YouTube, but only the VODs go on there at the moment. But that's, you know, that could work. I'm up for hearing suggestions from you all, because at the moment I'm feeling that this kind of this is flawed and isn't working out like we wanted it to. So we might have to think of alternative ideas. Is it invisible for Carol the Barrel? It wasn't. Carol could say. So. Hi Geek, how are you doing? Is there a way to make submitting allowed but viewing? I have no idea. I don't know, guys. Because that's the only thing that stops you reading it as far as I'm aware. If I enable send messages, then you'll be able to write in the channel. I don't know. But I'm kind of not on board with this now anyway. I feel like it isn't working anyway, mainly because of the story thing as well. Lewd Melon, what was said about the story, it's always been something in the back of my mind that people aren't going to want to read the story and they're going to not know what to submit. Rex, you even admitted that it's daunting. So if it's daunting, that isn't making people feel good. The whole point of these streams are to make people enjoy themselves, not feel daunted. You know what I mean? That's not, I'm not happy with going along with something that isn't working. It's weird if you can't look at the channel, you'll not be able to type in it, so I can't imagine they'd have a saying for it. No, don't scrap it. Can take a look. I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit not confident in this idea anymore. This story submission idea. I mean, I'm thinking of if we can do an alternative thing to handle writing the story together. Hi Sir Andrew King, how you doing? I appreciate you all being helpful and coming up with solutions for how to get the channel working, but at this point, even if I did get it working, I'm still not feeling confident in this. That's where I'm at the moment. I just need to hear some encouraging comments about this system, because I'm not feeling it right now. If anybody does like it, that is. Yep, have a good BRB and say hi to the cats for me. Would you accept community members making a summary videos for the story so far? That way you're not having to do a bunch of extra work and those of us who have extra time can help out. Well, I'd be up for that, but it's a big ask for you guys, isn't it? That if I start asking community members to do that for me, that could also be daunting. And I know that some of you, like, who knows, like Zexy, you suggested it, could be up for it. And that's amazing of you if you are, but at the same time I wouldn't want to force that upon people either. No, it's just something fewer people are submitting because not everyone is interested in writing or confident in their writing skills. Yeah, that's another thing as well. That's the thing. I just the point in these streams are to make people feel good and enjoy themselves. That's my ultimate aim. So the minute people are saying they're feeling daunted or feeling daunted about reading the story, or you know, I'm hearing negative words, it's like making me feel I need to change things up is all. And I don't think it's a bad thing to switch things around. Sometimes it can work out for the best if you think of another method to do something, because even though it's hard to think of it, but let me read. Simple answer: have people submit via PMing you their suggestion with a tagline. That would solve it as that's another, PMs are another thing to do. Yeah, I guess the only thing for that would be how would the rest of the community be able to see it? I'd have to do it myself then, I guess. I'd have to manually put everybody's submissions in a kind of message or graphic, and then we do voting from that. So that's doable. But at the same time, I want to know this is something people are going to submit to. Zexy submitted, and that was great. I really like that Zexy got involved. But if we're only ever going to get 1 or 2 submissions, you know, I'm not sure if people are like connecting with this system if that's the case. Which is fine. Like, if we only get 1, and that'll be the one that wins, I guess. I think it's working. I just think it lacks structure, but I do know I'm a project leader with the nickname Grumpy Melon. I like it. It's not just for me. Makes sense. It's flat because it's summarised, not meant to be copy paste directly, so it makes sense. Yeah. If you look at my idea, I didn't use any information from the previous chapters, it's completely possible that I wrote it just from reading the paragraph you posted. So I feel like some people are blown an honest out of proportion, just my sense. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you could literally just read that and know something to say. This was the first time we encountered the fruits, which is what this particular section of the story is about. So as you know, you don't need to know. Sometimes it's useful to know, and in the future with other ones we do, it actually might involve knowing more, you know, and that's the issue, I suppose. It's hard. It's a difficult one for sure. I would love to see something like a plot line, just that from chapter 1 to 2 we need to go to the Holy Temple, so it's up to us to figure out. I would love to see some structure like a super basic composition. I'd like to expand on that, Lumon, because I'm intrigued and I want to understand what you mean more, just because there might be a good idea behind what you say, but I'm not 100% visualising that yet. That might be good. Then have them vids once approved. They could be linked on the Discord in a catch up on the story channel. And I do think that's you're onto something there with the idea of videos that tell people what's happened in the story so far, especially because it seems that not everybody's a reader. Some people don't want to sit there and read potentially dozens of these. Some people would rather watch a video that tells them what happened. I can definitely see the appeal in that kind of thing for sure. I guess it's just, again, something that's pretty time consuming to do but could pay off really well. So if it worked and paid off, then it would be very much worth doing something like that, even if it was me that had to do it, because maybe it would get more people even interested in our project doing something like that. I was just in the middle of typing something extremely similar, so yes, I agree. Restrictions. Yeah, see, I'm intrigued by what Lumella means too, but I'm very sorry, I'm not understanding what it is, but I want to understand. Either you or a channel admin. I do not submit, you'll never tell me what's Talks on about. I love to read. Some people do. Some people would be completely happy to read through this, but you know, it's not for everybody. The video thing is definitely something that's cool and something I would consider doing from this point if people said that it was working better than our Instagram graphics, because these are just as time consuming to do as a video is, maybe a bit less so, but they still take a bit of time to get written up and that. So it's about the composition, basically just in which order does events happen, not how they happen. So we have a guideline of what's going to happen, even if that composition is made by the community. That sounds interesting. He's talking about like a basic outline. So say in the story the heroes are going to go to the next city. We, the community, will submit ideas for how they'll get there. So people might suggest a boat and add that they encounter a giant squid. Or someone might say they need to find a wizard to help them open the path to the city because it was closed off by a magic barrier. So how would something like that would look? Would it be the same as this but just worded differently? Or would it be something completely organised and structured and visualised in a very different way? But that works. Have an outline for the chapter, have the start, an end point, and that will come up with a journey from point A to B to D. As you have it now, you're having us write point B to C, but we don't know what points D and E are, etc. Yeah, it's like very improvised, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it's difficult with an end point because we don't know what the end point is a lot of the time, because we write it, we improvise it. But I don't know, like if we have to change things up to make it work and more interesting, exciting, then yeah, we would go for that. I'm just, at the moment, my mind is going like crazy trying to figure out what it's gonna be. It always does when you have to change things up. Hi Anne, how are you doing? Just read through the Google Docs and all. What a cool project. Do you make everything yourself? I don't. This is the resources are already existing. All the assets, I kind of just build it all up and put it together. It's more about the game design and the story, but and that way we get to create something that's reasonably fast paced, because it would probably triple or even longer the game development time if I create from scratch, and I could easily do that if I wanted to, but I've chose not to, simply so it's not too much of a project that's going to take a bazillion years to do, because at the moment this is probably like on average a sort of 4 or 5 year project, but it would be increased to like a decade or something if I was doing my own assets. But welcome to the stream, it's good to have you here. Hope you're having an awesome day. Else, look up composition, it's about literature analysis. What song is currently playing? Oh, this is Final Fantasy 14 Locus. There you go, Van. From Heaven's Ward. Kitties are fed? Ah, welcome back, Elite. We're just having a chat. We might need to reorganise how things are done. So that something that generally works better is more structured and more exciting, and for everybody, you know. Some people might like the current process we have, but I kind of want to make sure everybody's liking it and enjoying it as much as possible. So we're just considering other options here today. So it's more that we're just discussing stuff. And thank you so much, Fox, for that sub. I appreciate you. Can we have some hype in chat, everybody? I will scroll back and read the rest of chat, don't you worry. Thank you so much. Let's see that hype. Thank you for the support. Okay, so where were we in chat? I'm gonna have to make it massive, chat, because it's a tiny box and I'm missing so much of it at the moment. The bottom line is that you're writing the main story points, but the little details are up to the community to decide. You will decide what happens next, and we'll submit ideas for stuff that happens between. Yeah, sounds cool, and that is kind of what we do in a way. Like, I've decided the end point here with the case with the fruit enemies, the fruit bosses, and I've let you guys decide from that point what's going to happen next. But is there something give me an example, like Rex or Melon, how that this could have been written in an even more awesome way? I'm just trying to imagine how I would have, because at the moment I'm drawing a blank with how something like this could have been done instead. But I am sort of getting what you're saying, but I'm just I'm still a little bit figuring things out. You're using 690, that's huge time and I can't speak. Energy savvy, yes. That's simply the reason I'm like, just to take off the pressure, because making a game as it is it's an extreme dedication and commitment, even when the assets aren't yours. Like, just designing the whole thing is a big time hog. Like, my life is this now. even so I can't imagine what it's like for those devs that do everything just all themselves. Like somebody like the guy that made Stardew Valley, for example. Like, that is a huge thing for sure. And they've got my admiration, because not everybody can pull that off at all. Most of the time it's at least a team of people doing different sides of the project together. Some assets are free or Patreon online. Yeah, I'm a patron to two people at the moment from the RPG Maker community. I think it's fine, like I've said, but if people aren't happy how it is now and they are going to participate once changes are made, then it seems like changing is the healthiest thing for the project. Yeah, and that's overall why I'm considering it's Exy, because if this is gonna make things like, I feel like we're having a blast here. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I think a lot of other people are too. I can tell people are excited as much as me, but if we can make it even more exciting and even more awesome, then I'm not going to say no to that. I'm all for experimenting and trying different things if it's gonna, you know, really get people excited. And so that's why ultimately I want to talk about ideas today and what we can do. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness me, I'm so behind on chat, and I'm seeing all these. Also has some bitches totally stop you getting discouraged. You're doing really well and I'm loving it. Thank you, Fox. That's very kind of you. Can we have some hype, please? That's so kind. I appreciate that. Enjoy the #1 spot, Fox, and thank you very much. And I'm a little bit discouraged, but it's not anything that's gonna make me upset or anything, so don't worry. These are things that happen. Like, I've not expected this to be an easy ride at all. It's a challenge. I mean, I don't know anybody else out there that does a sort of community RPG. If you guys know anybody, please let me know, because I'd love to have some people to be inspired by. But as far as I'm aware, I'm probably the only one as far as I know. So when you're the only one, it's always an even bigger challenge as well, because there's nobody to look at and think, oh, but they're doing it this way, so that's really cool, and I'm gonna take a leaf out of their book with this. So it's a very big challenge. But anyway, I'm going to catch up with the rest of chat because I'm behind. Hang out with us there. Thank you, Elite, for the Discord command. And yeah, totally feel free to join, everybody. I absolutely love mini projects, community projects, pretty much anything with collaboration by passionate people, which is more rare than I thought I found out. Yeah, it's so rare. I'd love to know more people as well that do this sort of thing, Gamb, for sure. You seem to know what's up. Take it. I gotta make my dinner. Enjoy your dinner, Lou Melon. I can tell you make everything yourself is hecking hard. Cries in Solo Wendy. Yes. Anybody that does assets, music, sound, writing, code, all of that from scratch, they're a bloody talented individual if they do that. Like, it's not, that wouldn't be easy. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, you're already doing it. I think it's working super well. So to give you an example, let me ask you where or what the next major thing you want the heroes to do. Okay, let's get our thinking caps on. First, I'm going to catch up with chat because I want to make sure all messages are read and stuff, and then we'll really start planning out a good solution, everyone. And thanks everyone for all your advice and all your tips as well. Kudos if you make your own assets. Yeah, game development takes a while. There's another streamer making a game, but he's doing it on Stencil on stream, and he does stream about the same time you do. Oh, cool. Is it a community project as well, Van? That's awesome, though. Stencil, I think I've heard of that. I think I dabbled a little bit in it because I was curious. Hi, Sick Boy, how you doing today? And I hope you're doing good as well, Val. And congrats for getting those raindrops, by the way. I am going to look at the bot very shortly and give people who have now got the legendary raindrop roll the roll in Discord. So GG. So from listening so far, I'm guessing the challenges faced currently are related to story script. Yes, it's what we're trying to pull off at the moment is a way for us to work as a community on the story together. And we do currently have a system in place. If you're in the Discord, you can actually have a peek at what that is if you're curious. I'll delete this because this was just a test. But I kind of write the first part of the story at the moment, and then I let the community write the next bit and submit their idea, and all the rules are here of how it works. But it's been working okay, but it's slightly flawed, and we're just trying to come up with what could even be a better solution for doing this. So that's what the rest of this stream is going to be. We're gonna get a system in place. Something that might fit with what people are asking for is finish an outline for all of chapter 1. So what is the main thing that happens? Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Then have us submit ideas from how to get to one part to next. However, this does leverage a lot of work on you and limits community input, but it provides a very sturdy structure, yeah. And it does kind of, that would change the vision of the project, because I think part of the appeal for me is how it's been an improvised project that we don't know what's going to happen yet. There's something kind of exciting about that. And if we did have an end point, even though I do admit the structure would be cool, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of planning involved, and I'd also have to take some time to think and plan the story, which I kind of have done in parts, but there's still a lot of question marks in our story. But we can, is there a way we can like sort of do that but still keep the improvised feel as well? I'm wondering if there's a way we can make it more structured, like do what you've said but still have that. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't think it's a community project. Oh right, yeah, a lot of game dev projects I've seen have been more like individual game dev ones, which is I think which is really cool. But one day I want to work on my own individual game dev project as well. But I'm really enjoying doing a Twitch community-based project. It was, the whole purpose of this was to like bond with my community and my friends with being creative together and stuff. So I really like it. It's fun. If I may chime in, you can use the Pixelware storytelling as a global guideline. It basically follows a fixed structure and you just have to fill in the parts, adjust and build from there. Pretty safe. Your screenwriting isn't really available. Pixar. Okay. I'd love to see some like, because I kind of want to do a Google now and look at some resources online of story outlines. And so that, if that's, I want to see something visual to go by, I guess, just to inspire me to think of how I can structure this. So I might do a bit of research. Well, there's a lot of improvising that can happen between points A and B. Yeah, so we'd still have that, Rex, which is good. So at the, like for example here, I've only like really gone up to the fruits, haven't I? The fruit battle. Yeah, I guess I'm only like thinking, would this solve the problem of the community understanding the story though? Like new people? Because new people could still come in and not know what's going on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for that. You already do so much work. I'm just trying to put out what Lude and Rex are saying into an example, yeah. And I want to consider that for sure. If this is going to be work better, but I'm still like struggling to know if this is going to solve all our problems 100%, because people will still be new and they'll probably say, so what's happening, what's this story about, and they might not want to read. They might think, so there's an outline, and they might not want to read the outline. Hi Spaceberry, how you doing? Welcome. You already have a number of characters that require something specific to happen. You have a big bad boss and an ending idea, so you need to guide us a little while we come up with the in-between stuff. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just thinking how to do that, like how to pull it off in a structured, organised, visual way that's different to this, that's what's on this screen currently, if you know what I mean. Like, how would it look different to what's here? I think the best solve the story is the video catch-up, so to speak. Yeah, I did like that idea about the video, just because people generally would rather watch a video than read loads of words. I think, are you all with me there? Do you think that's, I mean, I know some people do love reading, but on average, people would probably rather watch a video than read a ton of words. Especially as the story story gets longer, as we've got more and more, people are going to be less inclined to want to read so tons of outlines or paragraphs. But so yeah, I kind of think that sounds interesting, like an interesting approach. Just for a quick example, one of the phrases of Pixar storytelling is despair. Basically, the protagonist goes through the worst time ready to give up and then fight, not literally to get out of that. I want to kind of do a Google on that concept, Amp, because I'm not aware of it and I'm intrigued to know more about it, so I'll make a note of that for sure. And if you do have any links, feel free to share them, and I'll have a read, even if it's after stream, just to because anything that's going to give me a bit of guidance, any research will go a long way. Elite, thank you for the 300 biddies. I appreciate that. Are you number one now? Have you caught with Tail? Caught with Fox? No, Fox is still number one. But thank you so much, Elite. I appreciate those bits. Can we see some hype? Hi, Kay, how you doing? It's so good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. How's it going? Rex says, remember how you knew the fruit guys were perfect for the story, Rose? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, I know what... I'm just like trying it, because I'm very visual, guys. So you're coming up with all these ideas and I love it. It sounds like we're getting somewhere. And I like that we've got that, and I appreciate you. But I want to imagine visually how we're going to structure it for the community. So, because all I can picture now is this paragraph we've got here, but I don't think the paragraphs are working, are they? I think that's what we've realised, that a bunch of paragraphs, especially over time, people aren't going to want to read that, so... Sorry for what I'm saying. I hope that, I'm sorry if I'm not understanding. I'm getting a bit, To me, it's the experience of making the game together is the main draw for this project. You're attempting something unique and might not be for everyone, but not everything needs to be for everyone. To me, it's less about how the game is in the end and more about the journey making the game. Yeah, and I agree, Zach. Like, even if this story is like super flawed and silly, we've still done something and had fun doing it. But I still want to make a really cool story. Still want to make a fun story, even so. Awesome username there. Yeah, Leonhardt, Final Fantasy VIII inspired you. One of Key's favourite games. But you can get that same experience if you do change it up. At the end of the day, what matters is what you feel you decided to go with. Yeah. Just cashed in some bits I was sitting on, going to watch a ton of ads and trying to catch up again. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for all the support. I have it for you. Need a link permit? Oh, you can just post it, we don't have a permit here actually, which is a bit of a risky thing in a stream, but we've been quite lucky here. We don't really get trolls post random links. If we did, I would be putting a permit in the stream then. But I don't think we've ever had it happen, so we've been safe so far. Has nothing to do with it. They won't read progress because you'll be guiding the main plot points. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you mean. I'm gonna have to have I'm just a bit... My brain's a mess right now, and I apologise a lot if what you're explaining I'm not getting it for anyone here that's given ideas and I'm not responding the way you want me to. My brain is an absolute mess right now. I'm just take a break, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about the long break. I'm just getting a bit overwhelmed, which I think is to be expected because there's just a lot of stuff to think about. But yeah, I appreciate all the help, but I'm wondering if you guys could put some of this into the Ideas Discord channel, because it can be hard to like take it all in on stream. Because my brain is like literally melting right now. I'm just so much to think about. Linked it in the Discord. Thank you for the welcome back. Right, so let's come back. I'm okay now. I'm just, all it is, it's just my brain's just going a bit wild with all the ideas is all, guys, and just thinking about what to do, and I know we'll come up with something fine that works, but just got to reorganise things a bit is all. It's not a problem. Thank you. But I don't want to keep things as they are now. I do want to change them because I just want this to be a good project, okay? I just want it to be enjoyable. And it's okay, like, to change things. There's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah. So you don't have to scroll up. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, I missed the link because I'd gone on the BRB. And I think there's probably a bit of chat I've missed. So if there is anything that you've suggested, then yeah, pop it in the ideas channel. I can read that off stream. Then it's a lot easier to take in. So I'm gonna just put that link in my notes file, and I'll have a read of that later. Use my post to ideas. Yeah, I mean, I could just say, okay, guys, we'll just keep things as they are now. But I want to make sure this is fun, you know. Even if I get even if it's a little bit stressful to sort out, if things can be better organised and help us in the long run, then it's a good thing, isn't it? What do you reckon? Yeah. And yeah, it's to be expected that it's daunting, because people are going to get shy. Not everybody is going to want to do the right, and that's fine. I like I say, I don't force it on people. If some people want to get involved in the other areas of the game, like the skill bit more, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But at the same time, I think my concerns are more about as we get further on through the story, whether this way that we're currently doing it is a bit messy, and could get messy as time goes on. Like, imagine when we've got like 4 or 5 chapters and there's a lot of this. It could be it could be a lot for people to catch up on stuff. There's going to be times where you have to rearrange and change things around. Seeing as you're the first person doing anything like this, it's going to take exactly Fox. Like, there's nobody to look at who's doing something similar to see how they're doing it, and it's all we got to like literally invent things ourselves and create our own systems, which is a challenge. But it'll be rewarding if it works, for sure. Cute puppies where? In the Discord. Oh my god, there's loads of stuff in the Discord right now, and oh my god, I feel like I've got to do a big massive burp. That means you need more tea. Yeah, well, I never expected for a minute that this project would be stress-free. If this project was stress-free, there would be something wrong, you know. Because, you know, this isn't meant to be easy. It's not even stress in a bad way. It's just like, you know, the feeling of when there's just all these ideas and thinking what we're going to do. It's just more of an overwhelming sort of thing. But it's not like I'm going to go crazy and like say, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not like I'm going to do that over this. Like, it just needs reorganising, that's all. And it's not the end of the world. I joined the Discord. I'm currently a producer on another community project, so if you have questions on the organisational side, just pipe me. Oh, that's awesome, thank you very much for joining. And of course, if you want to share with us your project, we do have a creative work section, so if you want to tell us a bit about it, then feel free to. We've got it down here. I'm going to have a little peek at what's in here now, because apparently there's puppies. Where's the puppies? I don't see no puppies. You're doing a fantastic job, Rose. You're doing epic. I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone when I say this is a ton of fun. We're all enjoying this like crazy. Yeah, I know you are, guys. I'm just being a big alpha part. I do know that. Like, I could easily just be like, guys, it's staying like this. And this is how it is, and that's final. And it wouldn't, if it did say that, then it would be okay. But I'm just one of these people that I just want to keep improving, is all. And if there's something we can do that works even better, what I feel like I'd be a fool to not consider that. It would, you know, it's always a good thing to consider other options, because there could be another way of doing this that could be like freaking awesome and like really amazing. And I don't want to miss out on something potentially being a really good direction to take the project. It's cognitive overload. In game terms, it's called choice Oh, really? That's interesting. I'm gonna save that as well. Choice paralysis. I can't say that word. There's some words I can't say for someone. I'm not even gonna say. I'm silly, but I'm gonna Google that word later and and I'm going to read about that. Cute puppies they're in general. I thought they were going to be an adorable pets. Hey, that's not a puppy. How's that a puppy? Oh, it's probably general chat as well. Zexian, thank you very much as well for that. I'll read it properly after stream now, because I know that my brain is definitely mush at the moment. So as for ideas at the moment, I'm probably not going to be taking them in, because I think there's just been so much info coming in today, which I'm not complaining about. I love it. I'm very glad you're all full of ideas, because it helps a bunch and I can consider them all. And like, I mean, I've already got some ideas, but my head is just like spinning like this from them all at the moment. But thank you for joining the Discord. Oh my goodness me. Are they little Labradors? Is that what they are? That's so cute. Guys, we're going to stare at this picture too, so we can all have our hearts warmed, okay? Thank you for sharing them. Should have told you there's an adorable pet. Sorry. Yeah, we do have a special pets channel as well. But no worries. Like, you know, it's fine to put in general chat. But it's also a good thing to have the channel from, because then if anybody ever wants to look through all of these animals, they won't miss yours then. Because the general chat tends to get quite busy over time, and these poor puppies will be gone. But you can put them in the pets channel again. I mean, you can put them in there as well. I don't mind if you put them in twice. I was demanded by Elite to post a picture of a pup I'm getting, as a breeder just sent me a pic of a litter covered in porridge. They are learning what to do with solid food. Aww, look at that one. He's all wet all over. He's a cutie pie that needs hugging. Well, they all are. But he looks so sad. That one's all blurred. Oh, bless him. I love Goldens. Is it a golden or is it just a lab? I just love them all. All the puppies are cute, to be honest. He's a Goldador. Oh, he's a golden and a Labrador. Or a golden Labrador. So many fur kids. Yeah, take some time to clear your head and come back to it when you're ready. There's no rush. And those puppies are adorable. Yay. He's a Goldador, which is a golden lab, a mix with golden retriever cross. Aww. I love them. So yeah, guys, post all your animals if you're here. We all want to see. And we are currently deciding to share more behind the scenes content, including screenshots of production schedules, review, and yes, the organisational side is a great challenge, but totally worth it, as now the majority can focus on the creative part. Yeah, and it is. This is what we've got now. I mean, we thought we'd got it all sorted, but turns out it might be best to organise things, and it's fine, everyone. I mean, it might not even change much from the current system we've got. There might just be a few little slight alterations, but this is what we have to consider, I guess. I mean, a few things have been mentioned. Videos got mentioned of catching people up on the story. Outlines have been mentioned, rather than doing this sort of thing that we're doing now with each paragraph one by one. I suppose outlines of points. Yeah, I need to see some like examples for that though, if we're gonna go the outline route, because I need an idea of how I'm gonna organise something like that. But it could work. I agree. I know there's probably loads of resources on the internet that would probably show us more about that, and there's also that link that Am showed as well. So here it is. And that's an interesting thing, like having like these sentences to start off things. I've seen this method before. But yeah, I'm sort of reluctant to do a whole beginning, middle and end thing. I still like keeping I like still keeping it open for what's going to happen at the end. It'll probably take me ages to come up with a whole storyline otherwise. But I suppose we could do it chapter by chapter rather than whole game beginning to end. Did you remember to get a snack? No, I haven't. I didn't get a snack actually. I'll probably have another break and get one in a bit because I'm a hungry one. I'm a hungry one. Was in an antique store where Ferdinand could be Bill Cosby sing, so you had to buy it. Awesome, Pink Zeppelin. So it's okay to keep things the way they are and change them next time after you've had time to process the information and contextualise what you want. Yeah. So let's have a look at what it is now. Let's remind ourselves. So right now we have Zexian's submission. And you can still put submission, guys. Don't think now that we talk about other ideas that means it's off. Because we probably will just continue this for now. How it is right now, and then just change things up next time. That sounds like it's probably for the best, because otherwise it could halt the progress if we just delete all this, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I guess it's just thinking about how to change it up next time. I'm kind of curious maybe to know what, yeah, I want to just encourage more people to submit really, and think of it something that would yeah, that's the thing. You'll do most of the work, so whatever makes you happy is what you should do. Yeah. Well, it's Pixar, so it's very child friendly. You don't have to necessarily start with Once Upon a Time. There was this Twitch room chat, yeah. It's like, for example, let's have a look at what we've got here. I put these like questions, like things to consider, like about what happens to Rose, what's the monster, and I suppose I could use those sort of questions to inspire people, but just organise it in a different way, like more like something like this or something. Yeah, I need some time to think about that though. There's like so many different ways we could go, I guess. But yeah, even whatever method we go for doing this, I've always still got it in the back of my head that how on earth we're gonna tell people about the story so far. That's a big one, because this seemed like the one this was the first thing that came in my head, having an Instagram that does it with these visual graphics. But yeah, I'm somebody that likes reading, so it didn't actually come into my head that maybe some people don't like reading and might rather see a video. And I keep thinking about the videos now. I'm not gonna lie, part of me wants to start doing like another type of YouTube video about the story so far. But I gotta think how I do that, because I'd want them to be fun. I could show pictures. Like, it wouldn't just, I wouldn't want it to just be rambling on and talking in the video, if you know what I mean. I'd want it to be fun and showing parts of the game and the characters that I'm referring to in it too. But that's just another idea. It's just another way of telling people about the story, in case people don't want to read. Yeah, that's exactly how the format works. You fill them in, and if you find out that the structure is connecting, then you know at least where to adjust. Yeah. Well, thank you, like that's another method to think about how to do this sort of thing. I'm probably going to do a bit more research into it as well. because I'm curious. Why not both give an option for the text summary or a video? Hi Muffin Monster, how you doing? I guess like we could do both, but part of me thinks it's time consuming enough doing these and then doing the videos as well. But I don't want to scrap the Instagram page though, or these little graphics. I just feel a bit discouraged about them now. I know. True, just an idea. But yeah, at least then we're pleasing both types of people. People who like reading and people who like watching videos. But yeah, just the time commitment of it. It'll steal time out of our game development, which isn't a problem. The whole marketing side of it is equally as important as the actual game development, of course, and that can't be neglected either. Wait and see how you feel after a good snack and maybe a sleep. Yeah. When after discussions like this, you need that time to wind down and have a good think, don't you? Because there's a lot of ideas and it takes time for them to sink in. The Instagram is amazing. People that are interested will take the time to catch up if that's important to them. Those that don't can still get involved if they want. You can keep the Insta, but perhaps communicate that the story is not locked yet. The great thing is that followers etc will chime in on the Insta, which is an extra source of feedback. Yeah, I actually did disable the comments on the Insta because I was getting a lot of negativity on them. I had people commenting on my maps and saying that I should have done this to them, etc, etc. And I disabled the comments because I thought, hang on a minute, if you were in the stream it'd be fine. If you was a member of the community, we spent weeks talking about the mapping and how to make it cool and awesome. So when it was finished, after all those weeks doing it together, having complete strangers suddenly be like, no, do it this way, it was just a bit frustrating. So I thought, yeah, let's disable these comments. Too many now, exactly, Hodor. And it's unfortunate. It would be lovely if people were like nice and were like, yeah, this sounds like a cool project, let's go join in. But funnily enough, I have found Instagram to be quite very different to you guys here on Twitch, let's just say. Not very polite. I've read that bit. Comments on the internet can quickly get very toxic. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm people can look at the Insta, and I mean I put all the links on here. I put my Twitter on there, so if people are interested, they can follow and have a look at what we're doing. And when the website's up, I'll put that up as well. But yeah, allowing the comments seemed like, unfortunately, wasn't working out. But I don't know, like I do like the graphics and I'm happy to continue doing them. But I'm just wondering if it's enough, if this tells the people the story enough. But yeah, I'm probably just being a bit of a perfectionist and overthinking things, because I can tend to do that, especially when I get like some constructive criticism, like that this isn't written well or something. I'm going to start to overthink and be like, oh, how can we improve it then? And because that's what I'm like, I'm a very perfectionist, and then I'm going to constantly think of how to make it better. But maybe I don't need to, maybe it's fine. And people who don't like reading just can look at the videos and look at it that way, if that's the method they prefer. Because I know it will be boring for some people who don't like reading. And they can watch videos if we do have that as an alternative way of getting caught up with the story. Is it okay if I DM you a link to a concept I'm working on for you to look at if you get a chance? Sure, Podger. You can also post it in the Creative Work channel as well if you want all the community to have a look at it, Podger. Because there's a lot of people here interested in creative projects. So totally feel free to if you want. Oh, are you doing something for Thanksgiving, Pink Zeppelin? People are the worst types of people. There will always be those kind of people, especially in game dev land. The contrast is big. Either you meet super chill and helpful folks, or you mean bashers that really want to make the game themselves but can't. Yeah, and I think I'm being very strict on who we're having here in that regard. A couple of days ago, we had someone come in stream telling me, being very negative about 2D games, and I just banned them straight away. No second chance, because once they've shown that side to them, that they are a bit of a hater, I feel like there's no redemption then, even if they try to be nice. So I'm kind of like, no, you've shown that you're a bit toxic. So but if you're a lovely human and you're chill and exactly like what you guys are like, then you're very, very welcome here. Very supportive, full of really good ideas, and that is what I want here, that kind of community. And if we do get people come in that don't match that, then they're gone, I'm afraid. I'm quite strict on that. So yeah, it's very true, there can be that sort of toxicity. Also, Rose, it's Stream Centre. Yeah, we're going to have a Carol the Barrel Appreciation Day, Elite, tomorrow for Thanksgiving. So, yeah, we'll be working on some barrel assets for the Carol Barrel family. And we'll also might do a little bit of a flow dialogue thing for her as well, because we have a couple of Carol the Barrel cutscenes that we need to work on as well. By the way, when did you start this? I came up with the idea of a community project this time last year. But I didn't officially start it on Twitch until May in the spring. And then I had a hiatus in the summer because I went on holiday to the US. So I started it properly 3-4 times a week. I started doing it on Twitch in September. So I'd say I've been doing it consistently for a few months now, 2 or 3, almost the 3rd month. And before then it was just like starting it up and doing it in little small parts. And thank you for the follow. Yeah, Hex, welcome. And anyone else that's followed that we may have missed. I hope I don't miss, but sometimes I do, if chat ever gets more on the busy side. Join the Discord, not been on it yet. Yay! Well, welcome. Podger and Amb. I think I said hi to Amb. But I think the best thing to do is write it to the best of your ability and then have an editing phase later with a few folks that can go through the story and point out potential issues and clarifying of content. Yeah, and I think nothing will be confirmed with this. Like, the story will always be tidying up and editing. Like, let me get an example of our flow diagrams up that we were working on, because we very, oh, here, I don't need to go because they're right here. We have a dialogue discussion channel, and we have a lot of like flows in here of our dialogue. If you're intrigued, have a look in there and you'll see. And I feel like all the tidying up and ideas happens at this stage, because this is the point where we expand on the little story ideas that we've outlined. And Elite's been extremely helpful with these sort of things. He's like been great with editing and stuff. So yeah, it definitely helps. It goes a long way to improving the quality. Get banned. But I'm a hater, I hate things. Yeah, but Tugs is quiet and he doesn't cause trouble. He knows to behave. So that's why he's okay. And I do think there's a huge difference as well between someone who's been in the community for a while, being a bit of a joker, to someone who is brand new and never said anything in chat before coming in and trying to joke, because they haven't built the rapport with the streamer. So coming in and like doing a tongue face and saying something insulting when they haven't yet built any rapport with the streamer is a bit silly, in my opinion. Like, come on, get to know the community a bit first, and the person, before you start making jokes. Constructive criticisms can be really, really good, but just straight up criticism is just being good. Yeah, for sure. And I feel like with constructive criticism, just the tone of it is very different between someone who is just genuinely being helpful and trying to come up with an idea compared to someone who's being rude. There's definitely, and those guys on Instagram were going in the rude category, because it was very, very blunt, and you know, there's a way of going about it, isn't there? Lovely human, bro, what urban myth. What channel should I put the link in? Creative work, like anything that is to do with your stuff, whether it's art, games, cosplay, or cooking even. You can pop it in here for sure. No reason to cater to toxic face, either too short for that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly. That's why I just ban them now. When I first started out streaming, I might have like entertained it for a while, but I've just, as I've got older and more involved with the whole Twitch thing, I'm like, nah, bye. Don't have the patience now. Oh my goodness, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, Van. I appreciate that. Where's Mog gone? Here he is. Can we have some hype for Van, everybody? I appreciate that. Appreciate that Prime sub. The band I was in high school was called Bottom at the Barrel. Oh my god, Carol the Barrel got referenced in your high school band. Oh my god, Carol is that famous, everybody. Did you know how to use RPG Maker MV before you got started? The first RPG Maker I used was RPG Maker 2000 when I was 12. That's when I discovered it for the first time. And I was wowed. It was like my dream come true. And I did make a crappy game in RPG Maker 2000, but I lost it over the years. And it was terrible, because it would be, wouldn't it? I was a kid. And I've dabbled in some of the others since, but I've not done anything like super serious until this point. Part of learning it. Yeah, like, because I've not done anything super serious. I've like known the software, but not like how to actually do a proper project. If you can count a 12-year-old doing a project, which you can't really, doesn't count. Look at all those raindrops. I've got to bounce a little early. See you tomorrow. Take care, Zexy. Thanks for hanging out. And I appreciate all the ideas. And we'll come up with something great, won't we, everyone? We'll come up with something really cool. I've always been taught to criticise using a sandwich. So, like this part, then stake to crit the improvement. However, did you think with doing X, then can't. Yeah. Exactly. You've got to give a positive with a negative, haven't you? And sometimes it helps as well to ask. I think, like, say I have a idea, I have a suggestion. Do you mind if I let you know what that is? That can go a long way too. For sure. Now you get awesome emotes too. Yay! The bat emotes. Been out in and out of here forever. Back when I was a guy on Brimmer. Yeah, Tox it was one of the first ever people in my stream. Before I even really started streaming. It's like, you are literally probably my first 10 followers ever, Tox. Pretty insane. I rotate my Prime sub around the folks I follow since I can't dropped it anywhere yet this month. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Van, for letting that be me. What did you say? I heard thanks for the sub. Where's my gun? Hi, Key. Welcome back. I'm glad you like the Final Fantasy XIV music in the background, by the way. Where's Mog? He's with me now forever. The Vertox. You guys know each other. Oh, you would, wouldn't you? Because you both go to Charlie's stream. That makes sense now. I put something in your random snaps. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Pink Zeppelin. I will get to look when I have a chance. I've got a lot to catch up on here. Overwatch Rage. I love creating new stories for the sake of a story or a game, but I go too in depth, and that's cool. I think being in depth's a good thing, for sure. Oh yeah, I was right. I guessed correctly. Okay, so yeah, so it's just really making more of an outline then, it seems. Thank you for this. I haven't given it a proper look yet because my brain was mush, but now I think I'm ready to have a look now. My brain was mush. Okay, so this is cool. Yeah. It does help to see something visual, you know. I guess, like, I think, what do you guys reckon about doing it in parts, this sort of outline? Because I definitely don't want to do beginning game to end game just yet, because this is an episodic game, a very long-term project. Like, this is something that could potentially go on for a few years, because it's an epic RPG, and even episode 1, like, we could, it wouldn't be unreasonable to do an outline of the whole of episode 1, but we could also just do an outline of just the Everbloom Forest Zone and Lakefall, because that's kind of going to have its own plot, and we can make the end point be the part when the party leave Everbloom to go somewhere else in the story. Maybe that would be a good part to... Or I don't know, maybe that's even going ahead too far. We could even do it so... Yeah, I guess it's just thinking when the outline would end, really, is the question. You even have a web domain for this. See, I love that kind of commitment. Yeah, we do have a web domain. The website isn't up and running yet. It's like we've just got the coming soon page up because I really want to spend some time on making it look really good, and it's probably going to be a few weeks at least, and we got Christmas period coming up, so that might delay me a bit for the actual release, but I am really hoping very early New Year for a launch. It was originally going to be this month, the launch, but I thought making a game and a website at the same time, you know, it's not easy to get it done that fast, but it's going to be really cool. We're going to make it really visually exciting, so people will look at a website and they're like, oh, this is cool. That's my aim anyway, to do something really pretty. Do I really go to Charlie's stream much anymore? No, how anything, just different political... Oh no, you didn't have a fight, did you, Tox? Yeah, I think it can be difficult when politics get brought up, because if anything's going to make people fall out, it's politics. I've refused to talk about politics to my family because we row if we start talking about politics, and it's really bad because there's an election happening in the UK at the moment, and it happens to be bloody Christmas when there's an election. I mean, do I really want us arguing over Christmas? Yeah, no need for the overall thing yet, but just the ending point of the next chapter. Yeah, it's just it's too much. It's too overwhelming to think that we'll do an outline to the end of the whole game. Like, so I do still want to break it into sections, Rex, because it's a big thing. This project is to like think of a whole entire story, and that would potentially take months of planning to do. And so breaking it up into segments isn't it? we can still, it's more organised than how we're doing it now, at least, if we do it that way. Like just breaking it up into small segments per each zone, maybe. So we could do it, we could like work on the outline of what's going to occur in the Everbloom Forest. That's like something I think it could work. And then once we finish Everbloom Forest, we can think about the outline for the next zone. Do it a bit at a time like that. And episode 1, because you guys know this is an episodic project, it might contain just Everbloom Forest, or it might contain Everbloom Forest and the next zone after that. I haven't decided yet, because it's still early days and we don't know how large Everbloom Forest is going to be in terms of story content just yet. If it ends up being quite chunky with a lot of content in it, episode 1 might literally just end up being the Everbloom Forest. But if it doesn't end up being that chunky, we might have the next zone before we finish episode 1. We'll see. We can all suggest ideas for everything between. Awesome. Yeah, I think I'll work on that. What do you guys think about how we're doing? Because I says we'll keep this at the moment, how we've got it in the submissions. And say if we only end up with Zex as a submission, we'll just go this way for the story for now. Or if you want to submit, guys, you can. But I could still like edit it between now and tomorrow, just a touch, so there is a bit more of an outline, and that will encourage more people to submit. I mean, obviously we still can keep Zex's submission here. But yeah, I guess we're going to just think if we're going to wait until next time and leave it like this for now, or if we should still edit it and with our new ideas. If you're in the UK, you peeps better be ready to vote. Yeah. Have a good solution for this week and talk after stream though. It's a very simple thing you can do to make this work. Cool, Rex. Well, thank you for all your help. And I'm sorry for like not getting your ideas earlier. My brain was literally just going insane and crazy from all the ideas. But it has calmed down a bit now. It has and I'm ready to take think about things a bit now. But yeah, so really it's thinking about how to reorganise how this is, and probably just think another way to inform people about what the story is. And I'm going to keep doing the Instagram posts, but I'm also very highly considering introducing a video series about Raindrop Chronicles and upload them on YouTube. And it'll literally, because I upload my VODs on YouTube anyway, but I can start doing another playlist of videos on there too, and that'll literally just be about the story so far. And every time there's a new bit of story, I can do a video to say what's happened, maybe. And yeah, that's more work. I'd love to know ideas what sort of exciting things would be in the video, like what you'd like to see, or even if there's any YouTubers out there that do anything like that, so I can look at their stuff and sort of be inspired. Because that's a good idea, I think, having a video update of the story. Yeah, it's only one simple thing you can add to what you have now that should clear everything up. Cool. Awesome. The stream's gone by really fast. It's like already time for the stream to end. What's going on, everyone? We've done nothing. All we've done is talk, but that's cool. I really like that we have these really in-depth talks for 3 hours. Pretty crazy. I remember when I was a kid, I thought that Titanic was the longest movie ever because it was 3 hours long, and it just literally felt forever. That movie did, the time of watching it. But I stream longer than the movie Titanic. That's pretty crazy. And we've been talking. We all have been talking longer than how long Titanic is. There's nothing wrong with talking. Talking is good. I agree. It's just quite shocking sometimes when you realise that just been talking for 3 hours straight. Sometimes I think it's when you're very passionate about something, though, you can. Plus, Titanic was on 2 VHS tapes. I'd never seen that before. Yeah, it was so long. Such a long movie. Are there any other movies longer than it? There probably is. I just can't think. You quit Overwatch? I quit after playing it for 1 day. So I'm the quitter. I'm the biggest one. I kind of wanted to get my snack, but part of me thinks there's no point now because, you know, we're already getting close to the end of stream. But I'm not going to end yet. Oh yeah, light mode. Some people do have a preference to light mode though. I mean, there are some people out there that are colourblind and they have to use light mode. And it's just generally a preference. I don't personally judge if somebody prefers. I use dark mode, but if somebody does use light mode, then that's totally up to them. Well, apparently Gone with the Wind, 3 hours. Oh, so that's even longer than Titanic. That's cool. I've not seen that one though, probably because it's too long. But I think tomorrow we'll probably do something like this for Carol the Barrel at some point as well. I guess it depends because I still want to get. This is on my mind as well about organising this well. Yeah. Rex says he has an idea though, so I want to know. Just googled it. It's pretty insane, a movie being that long. They should have made a TV series. My tummy's rumbling. Shall I go get a snack, guys? I think I should, shouldn't I? Oh no, we didn't post Elite's character sheet on the Twitter. We got so distracted, I've just realised. It's just been sitting the whole time. So that's something we can do before the end of the stream. I also was going to check who's close to 500 raindrops on the bot as well. So we got it. Well, we can do that too. No. Yeah, I'm going to go get my snack right now. And once I'm back, we're going to get Elites posted on the Twitter. So that's going to be exciting. Hope you're all ready for it. And you can properly read through it then, because you probably can't see. The quality probably isn't 100% great on the stream. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes, chat. back. I am back, and I have my my snack. The longest movie ambience. 30 days. Holy. It's coming out this year, December the 31st, and we'll have a running time of 7. Wow, that's interesting. So people will actually watch it all like in one go? I assume people would just like have breaks, wouldn't they? And treat it like a TV series. Because that is a pretty long film to sit through, isn't it? What am I snacking on? Some almond milk. I don't like crunching on stream, so I drink almond milk because it's enough to fill me up. They'd have to camp to watch it. Why didn't they just make it into a TV series? I guess they wanted to experiment, didn't they? Do something that's never been done before. Break the book of world records. Create the longest movie. That makes sense. Hi, Omni. My community, what? That's not a movie. That's someone forgetting to click stop on the recorder. Yeah, world records. Is anyone up for watching that movie? It's quite interesting. Would anybody literally marathon that? Like, it'd be like marathoning a TV series, wouldn't it? Watching a 30-hour movie. Like, has anybody ever marathoned a TV series before? I haven't, but not like that anyway. I've watched some things quite fast, but not like all in one day without a gap. I need time to eat and sleep. I wouldn't. You'll pass if it's really, really good. I remember I used to want to watch 24, the TV series, as a marathon, just because the nature of that show is 24 hours long. So that would be something to marathon. That would be good to marathon. But no, it would be a bit insane. Right. So Elite's character, shall we get it up? I take a few weeks to watch a full season. Gotta do other things too, yeah. And I'm someone who can get very, very involved in TV series if I like them, but I wouldn't even do that. So let's save it. It's all up and running. So all we need to do is save the full version for Imager, because that's our image host for these character sheets. And we also have to do, I also do a cropped version as well, because Twitter makes the images look really crap if we put ones that are too long up. So I'm going to have a cropped one as well. Hopefully this will look okay when it's up. We'll have a look. I can tend to do a season in maybe 2 days, depending on how many episodes are in it. Yeah, newer TV series only have like a small amount now, but back in the day, I remember the TV series in the early 2000s had like 20 plus episodes. Like 24 had 24 episodes in a season. And each episode was an hour long in real time, and every season was a full day. So that was pretty cool. But it wouldn't work with less episodes. Right. So I'm going to have to switch to my Raindrop Chronicles Twitter account. But I'm also going to have to go on Imager as well to upload Elite's file. So I might need to log in. So I'm not going to show you that on the screen. You'll all see my password. It would be bad. 4 days to a week. Yeah, it depends how addictive it is, I guess. I watch some things very fast, and some things I've just given up on because I didn't get into them. I can't find my Imager account. Apologise about the delay, everybody. It turns out I've got about 12 Imager accounts, and I can't figure out which one it is that I've got all. I do up the uploading on, because apparently this is my Imager account right here, and it's well, it turns out there's nothing on it. Which is weird, so I'm a bit perplexed. So I'd rather keep everything on the same account. Okay, there is stuff on here. Here they are. Okay, so I hope you're excited. Elite doesn't even have a Twitter, but I'll send you the link to it anyway. So here it is. We've got it, the image link. Right, so now we got to get the tweet set up. Okay, so what was the last character sheet we uploaded? I think it was, oh, it was Azrael's. That was a while ago. So I'll just copy and paste this as a template. Now we get Elite's cropped version. Hopefully it looks okay. And it doesn't distort it or anything. I think it'll be fine. Nor a Facebook, believe. Well, I don't have a Facebook either. I don't like Facebook. Well, I do have one, but I've not used it. Like, it's literally not been used for about 6 years. So the last thing I've ever posted was like a very long time ago. I really, that's the only reason. Fair enough. Something's organised for it. Get a lot of free time, that's awesome. Binging is fun. Okay, so what is our link? Oops. Double rows. So rows, 2 rows is on the screen for a split second. Okay, so Elite doesn't have a twist. That means we can't at you, Elite. Imagine if I did just put an out there. I wonder if there is somebody called that. You know, I feel like doing that, should I? Because then Elite can make a Twitter now, and then it'll link straight to it. I'd laugh if somebody already had that username. Go for it, yeah. But at least then, if you ever do get a Twitter in the near future, you'll be linked up. It's not like we have to at you, but I feel it'd be nice too. AKA, what's his name? Prime Minister Traitorio. Is that the right pronunciation? He's a traitor, that one. Everybody, he don't hide who he is. Which is funny because his character actually does. Oops, Prime. I mixed Minister out. Prime Minister Traitor out. A feline assassin. No, it's not. Okay, so we need to have a good sentence that sums you up, and we also need to put an emoji that complements your character as well, because I like to do that. So we can, what is the best way to sum you up in one sentence, Elite? Can I have a read and say? Right, let's see if we can think of a good sentence from reading your character sheet, Elite. Your character's he's got quite a bit of a, he's a definitely an interesting, complex character. How's it going? It's been a while. Hi Valiant, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a fabulous day. It's not it's really awesome. Yeah, I just want to see the positive side of it, Fox. There's no one with that username on Twitter, yay! Elite can have it then. I think Elite should get a Twitter, because then he can he could tell everybody about his game on there, show it to the world. I really need to do that more with Raindrop Chronicles Twitter, more than I do. I don't think I do it often enough. Right, so let's think. Me immediately, aka Prime Minister Traitor Rio. Or I could just say aka Traitor Rio, Prime Minister. That would be a way to describe him. Of Prime Minister, but we don't know what city he's Prime Minister of yet, which is great because it gives us some flexibility there, to not know what the actual city is yet. But let's think of what could go well with it. Prime Minister who steadily leveraged his position higher. Who has steadily leveraged his position higher. Something like that. Unless you can think of something better, of course, feel free. Perhaps the scheming villain who plans to give the world over to his Dark Lord. Yeah, that's actually a really good way to sum it up. Elite, let's do that. I was going to not reveal that, but I think, yeah, let's get all out and reveal it. Oh, I can't type. Also, let's show you guys the Twitter so you can actually see. He's a cheeky one. He's even fooled the reptiles. You hear that, Rex? If Rex is here. Wonder what Rex thinks about this. And Chub Cheeks. Got the whole house to clean, cheery out. Oh, good luck, Pink Zeppelin. Chores are not fun, but once you've done them, it feels great. Neffel is getting those raindrops. At over 300 now. Then maybe the heroes will appear. Might as well tell people the world is ending. Well, it does. Your character sheet definitely does give that away. There is no secret here who your character is, Elite. We need a good emoji to accompany you. What's if we put dark in? What comes in now? Literally just some shades. I don't know about that as an emoji. Bad. Is that meant to be a villain? Villain. Yeah, that's the villain emoji. But hang on. We could have something space themed. Yeah, that's one of these emojis. Is there a devil face? Oh yeah, we got yeah, there is a devil face there. Should we go for that one? How's that? Oh, we can have the smiling devil one. It's called an imp, isn't it? I'm sure. Hey, why ain't it coming up? There is another one. There's two. There. So we've either got the smirking one or the angry one. Which one fits him best? Prime Minister image? I doubt it, but... yeah. Or there might be president one, but he probably looks super sleek, the president one. But the smiling one is perfect. Yay! We've got it. So I'm ready. I'm going to copy and paste this just in case it all looks a mess, because I'm not going to lie, the other day I did a tweet and I deleted it about 5 times until I was happy with it. The person I added wouldn't have been happy about that. I hope this doesn't distort, because that's why I might have to. Yeah, this is what happens, you see, when it's too big. I'm gonna be a silly and delete it and do it again. This is what I'm like. So all I'm gonna do is make it a bit smaller, and the reason why this is because yours is a bit longer, Elite. Yours has a bit of a chunkier bio, so the longer it is in length, these sheets, the more Twitter wants to distort them for some reason. It's silly. I don't like how they deal with images since the new update. Either they looked a lot better on the old Twitter. Thank you, Jay Chide for the follow. I appreciate that. No need to be sorry at all. It's Twitter's fault. That's whose fault it is. It's good that you've got a really detailed character and thought them out well. But the good thing is we've got a link to the full character sheet, so it doesn't really matter too much that the preview doesn't have it all. We just want to make sure it looks good, which it does. It should be in better quality now. Yeah, that's much better. Yay, it's up. Huzzah. Another character sheet done and dusted. So we have to get it up on here as well. So let's copy and paste that image and join you with the rest of the group, Elite, before we finish up. So and I'll also have to add you to the Google Docs as well. Yay! Okay, so character sheets we've got to come up are Juices, Fantasias, White Watts, Davers, and we've recently had Masked Emeralds as well. So there's a few more, and some of them I'll be working on off stream, and once they're done they'll be popped up on the Twitter and into the Discord. I wanted enough in there to make it seem like there was a legitimate plan afoot and give him some ideas for how he could be undermined. That's the ultimate goal of villainous scheming. You're bragging, daring the heroes to challenge you. Yeah, I think he's great. He's great. He's going to have I think he's looking to be the big bad of the group so far. Mainly because he's manipulating the reptiles, which immediately puts him one step above them as a villain. He's definitely more of a threat and danger. Who knows whether he'll be the key villain over the course of the game. We're definitely going to end up with a bunch of antagonists over time, and sometimes in this story you might think someone's the big bad, but then there's another big bad and then another. Could be one of those sort of situations, but overall there'll be a lot of antagonists there'll be a lot of factions in our game, and a lot of villains that control some of these factions. So there'll be a place, I'm sure, for having a lot of bad guys in this game. It's like with Marvel tabletop roleplay, while the heroes get XP for defeating bad guys, villains get it by monologuing, making elaborate death traps. I'm intrigued. Like, if you want to expand further on Emily and write a doc, totally feel free to. I know Akira's done that with his character, and Azrael did as well. I mean, no pressure at all, like, if you're happy with what you've got. But if you ever did, like, want to confirm some of the things he does do and get up to, then totally feel free to. Taking advantage of the rift between the humans and reptiles and cranking up the pressure and friction, yeah, for sure. It's a naughty. And the reptiles are, you know, they're bad too, maybe. Maybe I just want the reptiles to be sympathetic villains. I think I'm attached to that idea. I'm a reptile sympathist. I'm defending them with all I can. Okay, chat, so I'm going to have to finish up stream there. And I'll definitely give this a like on my account as well. Right, guys, so there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of ideas of what we can do just to alter things a bit with how we organise the way we do our project, and I'll let you know anything that I've thought about, and I'm going to consider the whole outline idea too, look into it. If you've got any ideas, if you want to expand on anything that was said on stream about our discussion today, feel free to pop them in the ideas discussion channel. This for now, we're going to leave it as it is. No more submissions for now, and I will be turning the bot off. So if you want to submit, your last chance is to do it now, because the bot will be going off shortly after stream, because I will only be allowing submissions now while I'm online streaming, because the bot does seem a little bit of a pain, like the Carol the Barrel bot. Sometimes she turns herself off automatically, and if I'm asleep or not on my computer, then I won't know, and one of the submissions could go a bit weird. So it's probably better just to do it on stream. So now's your last chance, and I will open it again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last chance for submissions. So though it will be open for one more day. And I know it was also suggested, wasn't it, to do the voting, the voting afterwards. So and then there was the talk about having the channel invisible, but we couldn't get that to work, could we? So we will have to just leave it as it is for now. So feel free to vote for what you say tomorrow when we open the submissions. If we do get any more submissions, we might not, which is fine. We can have Zexes as the route we go for, if that's the case. Yeah, hopefully we get something sorted, so for next time it's even more fun and awesome, guys, because I want to make this a fun experience. Thanks for the awesome stream, Rose. Thank you, Fox, and thank you for all the support and the bitties and stuff. That's very kind of you, and I appreciate everything. And have a good one, Rose. Thank you, Muffin Man. So reptiles can be sympathetic villains this way. If they unite with the humans, they stand a better chance of stopping his plan, or whatever exactly. Because they're going to be a bit peed off, aren't they? That there's this guy that's been messing things up behind the scenes a bit, I'm sure. So they'll be out for a bit of revenge. Okay, everybody. So, I was gonna head straight off because I'm ending much later than usual today, but I'm still gonna quickly have a look to see if anybody is online to give a raid to. So I would like you to join me, guys. Though I don't even know yet if there's... Yeah, we will go raid somebody. I always like to try to make an effort. Old Legacy. Okay. Unfortunately, I will have to rush off because my dinner's probably very much nearly ready, but yeah, I always like to at least drop us off somewhere. So we'll go to that person. Do you know them, Elite? Are they a friend? Right, so I'll get their channel up ready. Tox, have you changed your name again? Because you've probably got Raindrops on loads of different accounts now. Okay, so yeah, they're pretty cool. Watched them the last few weeks. Awesome. Okay, everybody, I will see you tomorrow. We will be having a Carol the Barrel Thanksgiving stream. So if it'd be awesome to see you pop in and we'll probably have a special command as well again, just like we did for Stumpy's stream that's related to Carol. Give her a bit of hype. And I'll see you then. Thanks for all the chats, guys. Take care and have an awesome day.